to today's video. So I'm going to be showing you guys, I think it's 6 healthy recipes for back to school. So I've got a few lunch recipes and a few recess ones as well. My sister's listening to Barbie music in the background, don't mind that. These are all simple recipes that won't take you long to make, and it'll keep you motivated to eat healthy at school if you've got things already cooked for you that you can just whip together or just add a few things in whenever in the school morning. These are all cheap, accessible, and easy to make recipes. There's nothing really fancy involved. These are my top recess and lunch recipes. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and let's get on to it. We're gonna start off with making some healthy muffins, and what you'll need for this are pretty simple ingredients. So starting off with 2 bananas, and you're just gonna mash these in a bowl. Make sure there's no clunkies because that's not fun when you're eating a banana clunk. And once it's all mashed up, I added in half of a cup of buckwheat flour, half a cup of wholemeal flour. You can do all wholemeal if you want. I just like to shake it up a bit. Half a teaspoon of baking powder, some cinnamon, and a little sprinkle of salt to activate the baking powder. Then I cracked 1 egg. And I also use some YoPro yogurt, just a tablespoon and a bit. This just makes it nice and light and fluffy. Then I used rice malt syrup as my choice of sweetener. I did 2 teaspoons, but you could use honey or maple syrup or whatever you've got. 3/4 cup of almond milk. If you need more, then you can add it as you go. And also just a little bit of vanilla essence. And then I just mixed that all together until it was well combined. This is completely optional, but I like to add in some stir-ins just to make it a bit more fancy. So I did just about a handful of some currants, some chopped or smashed, whatever you want to call that, pecans, and then some raspberries, and mix that together. That just adds like some extra textures as well. Then I sprayed a cupcake tray with olive oil spray and then poured the mixture in. And with this mixture, I got 6 big muffins and then 3 medium-sized ones, which I just put in some random cupcake things. Then I baked it in the oven on 180 for about 30 minutes, and they turned out like this. They turned out so good. And then I just store these in the freezer and take it out every morning for school recess when I want to have one. This is the anxiety part, getting them out of the pan. Oh my gosh, it is stressful. But luckily they all came out in one piece and they turned out pretty good. So these are my healthy muffin recipe. Next up, going for a more savory dish, I chopped up some chicken breast. You could use whatever source of protein you'd like. If you don't want to use meat, you could use some tofu or beans or something. And then I seasoned it with some paprika, turmeric, and some herbs. And then I just massaged that into the chicken to give it some flavor, not make it so boring. Then I chucked it in my air fryer. I love using an air fryer for cooking. It's so easy. I just put it on for about 20 minutes and it cooked it perfectly. And then using the chicken, you could either use some wholemeal wraps or rice paper rolls. And I cut up some cucumber, carrot, and capsicum in little strips. And then also some carrot too. I forgot about the little carrot. Just whatever fresh vegetables you've got on hand that would go nicely in either a wrap or a cold roll. And then I just cut up the chicken into little strips as well once it cooled down a bit, while my rice paper rolls were soaking in some warm water. Then I took the thingamajig out and placed the chicken and some vegetables on there. And this is a really fresh, quick and easy to make lunch. There's my sister with her weird hair. And then in a little container, I added in some soy sauce. Then you can just chuck the rice paper rolls in whatever container you've got, your lunchbox, and there you go. And with the wrap one too, same thing, just piling it up. I added in some fresh leaves and also some avocado too, but I didn't put it on this one because I wasn't going to have it then and there. And there we go. They are 2 lunch recipes that you could make with some grilled chicken, some fresh veggies, and then whatever sauce of rice or wrap you want. Next up is my favorite recipe ever. So I used 2 cups of puffed quinoa. If not, you could use puffed rice or something. And then I did half a cup of bikinis. Find most of these ingredients from pretty much all health food stores. Then I did half a cup of goji berries, half a cup of pecans, then some coconut flakes too. You could use whatever dried fruit and nuts you'd like. And then I chopped up some vegan chocolate. This is by Loving Earth, and mix that through as well. This just gives it another extra texture too. And then I added in 2 heaped teaspoons of cacao powder, mix that together, and then some coconut oil. I did about 1 teaspoon or 1.5. 2 tablespoons of rice malt syrup. You could use maple syrup or honey. Then I used this 5-seed nut butter thing. You could also use tahini, almond butter, peanut butter, whatever you'd like. I just got this one for something different. And then just mix it together well until it's all sticky and sort of like clunks together. You have 3 options here. You could either put it in a tray like this and press it down really firm, then put it in the fridge and cut it into bars, or you could bake it like granola, or you could do this. So this is me trying to cut it into bars, but I didn't leave it for long enough because I was impatient, so it kind of fell apart. If you put it in the freezer or fridge, it should stick together though. But I just kind of like chopped it up with my knife and then it turned it into like granola clunks, and then I store it in the fridge in a container, so then you can take it out, put it on top of yogurt, put it on top of smoothies. Like, you can put it with so many things. It tastes so good. I definitely would recommend this recipe. And for an example, you could have some Yopro yogurt or whatever yogurt you like, and then in a small separate container, just put in some of that granola and then some berries on top of your choice. And at school, you have a bit of a gourmet recess. Next up, we have a stir fry recipe. So I started off by heating up some chopped onion in a pan with sesame oil, and then I chucked in some snap peas. If you don't have sesame oil, you could use olive oil or whatever. And then I added in some cooked brown rice and also some mixed grain rice too. And then I added in some frozen peas. You could use whatever vegetables you like. Then I did some beans and chicken for the source of protein, some tahini and lemon juice for the dressing. And then also some cracked pepper too, and salt. Mix that together, let it set for a bit, and then I just put it in some containers. And that is literally all. It's such a quick and easy recipe. Most of these ingredients you could find in your house. And then for something a bit more fancy, I topped it with some sesame seeds. And look at this fly. This fly is so annoying. But there we have it. That is my healthy stir fry recipe. So to make the perfect chia pudding, I put in around 2 heaped teaspoons of chia seeds. They're a great source of fiber and will keep you full for a long time in class. And then I do around double the layer of chia seeds with almond milk. Then I added in just 1 teaspoon of oats to add some carbs, make the chia pudding more balanced, and also give you some long-lasting energy too. And I normally let that sit overnight. I chopped up some strawberries to put on top of it. For some flavor, I just used some vanilla protein, but that's totally optional. If you don't have that on hand, you could just use some vanilla extract or some peanut butter or something just to give it a bit more substance and a bit of flavor. And if you're using protein, make sure you mix it in really well because you'll get all these protein chunkies. Then I just added the strawberries on top. You could use whatever berries you've got on hand. And then I topped it with some of that chocolate granola chunk from before. And there we go. That's a chia pudding. Make sure you have a really good jar with it too, so it doesn't leak in your bag. So that wraps up this video. I hope you guys enjoyed and saw a recipe that you might want to try out this year. If you did enjoy this, please give it a like and subscribe, all that jazz. And I'll see you in my next video.